Hi, I'm Paul Davis from Barefoot Athlete, and in this video I'm going to talk about the Merrell Road Glove shoe. Now, last year we had spectacular sales of the Merrell Trail Glove because that was the only shoe that Merrell had for barefoot type running, but this year with the Road Glove we've got a road specific shoe, so I'm going to run through some of the characteristics of this shoe with you. Now these are the pair of road gloves I've been running in recently. I've probably done about 50 miles in these in the last couple of weeks, and in particular done a 15 miler recently, so it's given me a chance to get a pretty good experience of what they're like, and I'm very fond of them. I've got used now running on road with shoes that have very little cushioning, and these fit that bill, but I do think because of the Vibram soles they do actually help out a bit by absorbing some of the shock in long distance running and be a bit kinder on my feet. Now over here are my trail gloves, which have seen quite a bit of use now compared to the road gloves, and the soles are quite different. For a start, the trail glove has got much more in the way of lugs in terms of giving extra grip, but more importantly you'll notice that the arch area is narrower on the road glove because of more of a raised instep that's built into the road glove shoe. I'm not over fond of that, to be honest. I prefer shoes that don't have raised insteps. But what does make this shoe much better for road is, apart from the fact that it's got a less pronounced grippy sole, it's entirely flat, and in fact it's only when I saw the road glove that it made me realise that the trail glove it's actually got quite a curved sole, and that's particularly true in the heel, which has actually got quite a lot of curve built into it. And when I run with these two pairs of shoes, I'm aware that this is very stable on a flat surface, and in comparison the trail glove has got a lot more give and more rock from side to side, which is probably fine off road but not so good for road purposes. The road glove uses a finer mesh than the trail glove, but it's still very, very breathable, quite a bit lighter, and as a result of that, because of the less rubber in the sole and lighter upper, it weighs 20 grams less than the trail glove. So when you're running in these, they are a shoe that feel like they want to go. The inside surface of the shoe is very clean. There's very little in the way of raised edges. It's pretty well suited to running without socks if that's what you prefer. And there's no removable insole on this shoe, so what you see is what you get. But a very comfortable, clean inner to this shoe. Now overall I'm really fond of this shoe. I'm starting to see a lot of road shoes now that are very, very light, but they have a sole that's made of a very light rubber which keeps the weight down, but also means it's quite a spongy soft rubber that has got quite a high degree of cushioning in it. And I prefer running with a shoe with a hard sole. The hard rubber necessarily tends to make most shoes heavier, but this one was still down at 180 grams, so the weight is good. And that Vibram does at least mean that although they're not a squishy sole, they are bitter forgiving in terms of absorb some of the pounding on a long distance run. So I've run quite a bit with these recently, and I'm pretty fond of them.